So, Shy Biz Hub this month for the month of June is doing something a little different. We wanted to take the time to interview one of our spotlights via a virtual interview. And so this month, our spotlight is Mr. Donnell Digby. He is the owner of the Woodline, and we're spotlighting him for the month of June because, of course, as many of you know, June represents Father's Day. So he's going to share a little bit with us about his business and why he's in Chicago. So Donnell, tell us a little bit about the Woodline and exactly what a pop-up restaurant is.
So we're Chicago's very first pop-up restaurant kitchen, which means that we have the license to allow different chefs to come in, chefs, restaurateurs, or other caterers to come in our restaurant and use our space as their very own restaurant. Up to 90 days. So we're the first licensee in Chicago to be a pop-up restaurant. So if you're a chef, you're a cook, you have a tremendous menu that you always wanted people to try, you come to the Woodline and bring it here and use our restaurant as your very own restaurant. From 1 day up to 90 days. It's exciting. It's exciting.
I love it. Thank you, Donnell. So, being that you are the first one, can you tell us a little bit about the reasoning why you decided to do a pop-up and not just a restaurant in general?
Well, it comes from kind of trying to look around the corner and see the movement of markets. I started noticing several years ago with the big online social media presence of chefs with great dishes, and I've been a business owner in the Avalon Park Chatham community for almost 20 years. And I own another space. It's a hair salon close to here, and every day in the hair salon there were chefs that walk in with food, selling food every day. It's a normal thing in our community. And so watching that and seeing that the variety of foods, the good foods, and also seeing the social media presence of chefs with 10,000, 20,000, 40,000 followers liking their food, why not create a space for them to have an outlet and not the burden of the cost, but an outlet to come in, present their food for 1 day or maybe 90 days and serve to all of their followers. Yep. So it came out of a general notice for need and necessity.
Awesome, awesome. That is phenomenal. So as an entrepreneur in Chicago, Donnell, tell us what has been your biggest challenge in running, actually now you've mentioned two businesses in Chicago.
Because the biggest challenge in all actuality is time. Time and it's really critical now because I have a son and it's hard to run and operate a business and also be a full-time father. You never want to have your son feel like that they're not getting the general time that they need, and attention. But you still want to be attentive and in place in the space, as an owner. And my father helped create the space, and it's that's the biggest issue as entrepreneurs finding time to adequately attend to things that needs to be done.
Thank you. I'm really glad that you brought that up about being a father because that's what we're curious about, right? Like, how do you balance the demands? Is there anything, like one thing that you can share with us that helps you balance the demands of, being a small business owner, being a father, and then also, how does a father influence you running your business? I can imagine that that's something that drives you. You want to show something to your son, right? So what does that look like?
I think that's one of the better things in this process in creating the Woodline itself. My son was old enough and could understand and see and watch me go through the beginning process all the way work through and just have that experience, And I take him step by step and I teach him things. I show him how I market, how I work on my margins. He gets exhausted with it, but I think in the long run he'll appreciate it. And it's you have to be intentful. That's the biggest thing. Everything you have to be intentful. So you have to tangibly set aside time to make sure that he's attended to and your things attended to to keep things together. I call my son. I
Thank
call
you,
my son my
Donnell.
roommate. Yeah, I call my son my roommate, and it's he's been a blessing to me throughout this whole process.
Aw,
Yeah, yeah, it's my
that's so
kid.
sweet.
Yeah,
So, of course, we know Chicago is made up of 77 neighborhoods. And so you've already mentioned Avalon Park and you've mentioned Chatham. Talk to us a little bit about why it's so important for small businesses to be visible in communities like Chatham and Avalon Park.
I think overall, when you have these small niche communities, small businesses are the the thing that holds the thread together. It gives the community a sense of community. It goes from a neighborhood being a hood to actual neighborhood, right? They drive the community. We hire in the community. We small business give a safe space to the people in the community. It gives a sense of belonging. We're not a Walmart. We're friendly faces the neighbors come to see every day, speak to. You hear about their stories, and they hear about mine, and it's interconnectivity. You need small businesses because they're the fiber of these small communities, I think.
Thank you for that. So as we close out here, we're really curious to know what are your top 3 tips for aspiring entrepreneurs here in Chicago?
Top 3 tips. Number one is keep God first. Number 2 would be build a great, strong team, and number 3, find a purpose. Yeah, you find a genuine purpose that you believe in and you love. You have a team to help you create it, and you pray to God that you keep your sanity through it. Those are things that help an entrepreneur strive and make and build and create better things that other people will love and appreciate.
Thank you so much, Donnell. So that actually concludes our questions that we have for you. But I know you have a great event coming up. So I don't know if you wanted to share a little bit about what the event is and what will actually be taking place at the Woodline.
We're excited. We have our Juneteenth event on June 19th, this Friday, from 12 p.m. until 10 p.m. So we have a barrage of singers, comedians, a live band, DJs. We have a double Dutch contest. We have food, we have vendors. It's just we call it a block club party because and we're trying to do it as responsible as possible. So we're going to socially distance and celebrate the Juneteenth holiday with the community and help people get a sense of normalcy. And show that we're still people, we're still here, and our community is impacted really hard by some of the recent things, and the fact that we made it, and people can still come and feel like the community that was devastated is still a neighborhood, and we can still come together and enjoy it. And Juneteenth is a great day to do it. So come on out, June 19th, 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. We're also have a jumbotron. We're watching Do the Right Thing. We have singers, dancers. It's gonna be a dope thing. Hope to see you, Jazz and Kendra.
Awesome. We'll do our best to make it out. So thank you so much, Donnell, for taking time to speak with us and really just share your journey and share your story. It's phenomenal that you have received the license for Chicago's first
Yeah,
pop-up restaurant. That's history within itself.
yeah.
Continue great things with your son and being an excellent role model. I know he adores you
Oh
probably
my goodness.
and
Yeah.
we are excited. So I've been to the Woodline. I'm going to bring Jasmine out so that we can definitely show her around. So I
Cool
love it.
beans. Cool beans. Come on out. Jazz, we're opening up our rooftop deck Friday. So rooftop deck we're opening. We have a patio out. There's people out and hanging out. Can't wait to see you guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Donnell. We appreciate you.
So thank you guys. Stay safe.